It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock with the terrible incident over the weekend in Orlando, Florida, the attack on that gay nightclub, raising a lot of questions about the attacker, but also about the response and word that the FBI had this guy on his radar for some time. Danny Deffenbaugh, former FBI special agent in charge of the Dallas office, kind enough to join us and talk with us this morning. You've been in this situation where you're investigating these folks and you start to uncover situations, Danny, in which you say, gosh, we actually did know about this guy. This is probably not unusual.
This is not the first time that's ever happened to him, without any question. I think that Director Comey put it well, and I hate to parrot him, but it's not like looking for a needle in a haystack, but you're looking in multiple haystacks to try to find the needle. And there are thousands of these examples that are with cases that are being opened literally on a daily basis throughout the entire field office. You may have heard that last year, Director Comey even offered that every single state has full investigations. That full investigation is an investigation that allows individuals, or actually gives the cause to the FBI to look at individuals or group who are not only prone to that type of violence, but who are taking those steps that could be used as a conspiracy case.
Right, and the difference between our country and a lot of countries where they would pick them up and throw them in jail and you'd never hear from these people again, is that this individual was an American citizen, born in the United States, and as such has constitutional rights like every one of us. So you can't keep him under the thumb of the FBI forever.
The Constitution still stands, and so it should, I believe.
Right, right. And a lot of people are asking, well, why was he allowed to buy guns? And as you look at it, I mean, it's kind of funny in this country because getting a driver's license is a privilege, but buying a gun is a constitutional right unless you're somehow disqualified, and he was not.
No, my understanding is he had no criminal record whatsoever, and therefore he passed the litmus test, if you will.
So self-radicalization becoming an enormous problem, something very worrisome in this country, because U.S. citizens who go on the internet, watch these videos, and are inspired. Obviously, they're troubled individuals. This guy didn't know the difference between one terrorist group and another terrorist group, and he claimed loyalty to two terrorist groups that are sworn enemies. Obviously, he was a little bit disturbed.
The biggest fear of law enforcement has always been the lone wolf, because with that type of individual, as the investigation may play out here, there may not have been any conspiracy or anyone else who assisted him in this event.
I know you don't want to get dragged into the whole gun control debate, but I'm going to try to drag you gently into it anyway. But if people in that nightclub had been armed and been allowed to defend themselves, might it have made any difference? That's just speculation, I guess.
Well, you had an armed police officer who encountered the individual, and there were shots exchanged there.
Right.
You can then further assume that if you had an individual who, I know some people now are starting to call them defensive drivers to where in these gun-free zones where they are allowed to come in if they have no alcohol and they aren't drinking to carry, and just like you're driving you home, that they're there to protection.
So they would be one extra layer of civilian protection. It's a very interesting idea. Danny Deffenbaugh, thanks for your insight. We appreciate it. It's one of those situations that just doesn't look like there was a good answer or good solution to this one. Thanks for your time.